Greetings.
Hi.
Good day, everybody, and welcome back to session 6, is this? Of
Yep.
Pathfinder Rise of the Rune Lords?
Mhm.
So, last session, do you want to give us a brief rundown, everyone, on what happened?
I punched a skeleton. It was stupid.
We got the ball back to town, in fewer bits than Wibsy.
Huh?
We went to see the sheriff. We saw likely a prostitute leaving the sheriff's house. Went to talk with him, and that led us to yon graveyard, where yeah, there was a skeleton that Rook punched.
Yeah.
And I forgot that I have an area of effect ability that hurts undead. So I was spectacularly useful in that combat. And we found
There we go.
and we found a cloak. Robe, wasn't it?
Yes, which I tried to wear like a cloak.
Yes, which didn't work, which was probably for the best, because it's probably cursed in some way. But we don't know what way yet. But
well,
yeah, fancy goings on have happened in the graveyard, and the previous priest's remains have been nicked.
Thing is, if it's cursed, then it's evil, and I already cast detect evil on
Not
it.
necessarily.
Yes, but
Oh,
that
shit.
would only have worked if it were intelligent.
That too.
Things with an evil curse on them, the item isn't evil. That's the thing. So,
I don't know. I would leave it up to GM Fiat.
yeah, we did ask John about it last week. That's why Detect Evil wouldn't be useful on it, because we had the whole discussion about intelligent items.
Yeah.
And it's not one.
Yeah, but with the connotation of it's cursed, I would say that, like, if it's cursed, then it's...
Well, you just said leave it up to GM, and GM said Detect Evil wouldn't work on it. So we left it up to GM. He disagreed with you.
Yeah, and by that connotation, I'm saying that it's not cursed.
As far as you know, in character.
No, as in, if it were cursed, John said you wouldn't be able to tell if it were cursed by using Detect Evil. So
Wait, he legitimately said that last week. I thought he
Yes.
just said
I
he
did
wouldn't be
not.
able to...
I said it is an item, so does not have alignment.
Interesting. Okay.
intelligent
Regardless,
items can be evil, unintelligent items cannot.
Now, if the spell gave off an aura of evil,
Yeah,
then
that's what I would say.
that would say.
Give off an aura of
However,
evil.
it does not have the robe does not have an aura of evil.
And in order to tell if it's cursed, you'd need Detect Magic, which is a spell. Which
Yeah.
He has
will
Detect.
come later.
No, but what I'm saying is that a curse is inherently evil, so it gives off an aura.
Not necessarily. Some curses are neutral.
Are they?
Yeah, you can get chaotic neutral curses.
Oh, right. I suppose.
Get wrecked.
You can also have good curses, which curse against evil things. It's the
Yeah, but you see, I'm good,
depends
so
on
I
where
don't
you
care.
consider- So, what you would consider a blessing is a curse to an evil creature.
I might actually have some curses that work against that work specifically against evil.
Yeah. No, actually, what I'm thinking not a blessing, a hex. A hex is technically a curse, isn't it?
I have curse water.
A hex is a witch class feature.
Yeah.
Hey guys, if the robe like sets me on fire or something, at least I've got the highest hit points.
Well, you haven't, but
for a
sure.
while.
Well, tied high hit points then.
Yeah.
Well, you
I've
have
got
at the
highest
point when it
I've got the
sets you on
highest
fire.
fortitude. I've got
You
the highest
have-
fortitude.
You have the highest hit points at the point when it sets you on fire. After that, quickly not.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you're on fire.
Okay, I just checked, and curses are not evil in nature. They are
Oh.
simply curses. They're negative, but they are pretty much neutral.
Because how they are used determines whether they are evil or not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so last time you all finished up with the graveyard.
Did
Um,
we?
You all,
think
yeah,
we
yeah,
are, yeah.
you all closed up the tomb, left. That
And
was
formed a
it.
human pyramid just outside the door.
Yeah, that was how you fought. Just bottlenecking heavily on that doorway.
Yeah.
All trying to get in, like the episode of The Simpsons where they explain to Mr. Burns how his illnesses work.
How is what?
But
What?
you don't remember that episode?
Elvis's?
Illnesses.
Illnesses. What?
Like he should be deathly ill all the time, like dead ill. But for some reason, all the illnesses just work against each other. It's like a bunch of them are trying to get through the same door at the same time.
Huh.
Huh.
No, I haven't seen that.
Okay. I thought that would be a metaphor that was a lot easier to work with.
Watch Simpsons.
I found it funny, John. Senpai.
Fuck you, John.
Yeah.
Come on, there's like
If we do
5
too
million
many
episodes.
references to pop culture, we'll end up like Harmon Quest.
Yeah.
That's one I
Um,
don't get.
Oh, Harmon Quest is basically where so the guy who makes Rick and Morty, something Harmon, him and a load of celebrities do this kind of thing in front of a live audience.
I like that. I like that in
Animated it.
in talking about pop culture references. You made a pop culture reference, and I had no idea what you were talking about.
Yeah, I know. But in the first episode, they're talking about their backstories, and then they go, "It's like Entourage." Yeah, it's like Entourage, and I don't know what Entourage is, but I know it's a reference. I was just throwing that in there.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay. Well, what are you all doing?
I'd say I think I'm still pretty spooked.
So I've got this cloak that I'm currently using as a cape.
Robe.
Robe that you're using.
Oh,
as a-
robe. Okay, robe as I'm using the cloak. I'd like to investigate it visually. And I don't have the skill to magically investigate it. I just visually.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
what are its patterns? Is it like cross stitched? Is it like burlap? You know what?
Oh, for
Tweed.
fuck's sake.
Okay. Well, it looks like a pretty ordinary robe, except there's a few holes in it.
Okay. Do they look like holes that would have worn from like just wearing over time, or like someone's poked holes in it or torn?
Or holes that you put
Does it
your
look
arms
like-
out of to
Does it
wear.
look like... Damn it. Does it look like they've been shot?
No. If you want to give me a perception check.
Something
Oh,
I'm actually
oh,
not
Sam.
horrible at.
Well, it depends.
I know that, Tom. I have one eye. That means that I can't gauge. I don't have depth perception. Not that I can't see.
I know. I just like to imagine you're holding it up. It's like, I don't see anything, and you got it in front of the you're missing.
Fuck's sake. My character does have 8 intelligence, but he's not like fucking 2 intelligence. Come on.
That just reminds me of the ships. I see no ships event.
Fuck's sake.
I'll let you have it.
Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot to swap. There we go.
Oh,
Okay. So as you're looking at the robe and you're looking at these holes, you're able to tell from from how the threading is that these are in fact not armholes, Rick.
oh,
Yeah, he would. I think that armholes are so obvious. He would have just.
Yeah,
said
I'm
sleeves.
not finished.
Sorry.
However, examining the edges of these holes more closely, you're able to tell that from the distances between the threads, there used to be patches around over the holes,
Okay.
and from the how the sizing is on it, like normally you'd see like the slight widening around where the thread's gone in.
Yeah.
It looks like some of them were removed quite recently.
Oh,
Okay. So patches were removed.
does it look like patches were there? Does it look like the patches were torn off, or like someone undid the threading and then took the patches off, or?
You're not able to tell.
Okay.
Well, during this cursory glance.
This isn't really cursory at all.
Oh, okay. Am I able to see that it does in fact have sleeves?
Does a robe have sleeves? I'm not quite familiar.
Yeah, normally.
Okay, then yeah, it does.
Oh, I immediately take it off as a cloak and try to put it on as a robe,
Okay.
as if it were like a tabard over my armor.
Okay, you put it on. You don't look as silly as before.
Awesome, but I still look silly.
Suits you,
you
sir.
silly.
Now, do I set on fire?
Please.
I don't know, Whimsy, you setting him on fire?
I could do.
Oh,
That is very
having
tempting.
said the cut was fine, does it class as a fine object for the purposes of Spark?
Well, I mean, if... No.
Oh dear.
I just love listening to you try and process that question. Just, why would you ask that?
Okay, so I put the item on, and nothing happened, so...
Well, I mean, I imagine the rest of the party probably look at you. I mean, how does everyone else react? I mean, that's the main thing that happens.
What
I've already
colour
said.
is it
I'm
for a
just
start?
staring at him while he does this.
What colour is it?
It's just a plain brown.
Oh, lovely.
You look like a bag of potatoes.
And then you put the robe on.
I like you. You're not bad for a tall person.
Let's see.
Oh, I'm just going to drink my tea with pride.
Okay, so... nothing really happens then.
No.
Okay, in that case, then there's no point in taking it off or leaving it on. It's just a flavor item, or at least in character, it's a flavor item.
In character, it's a flavor item. Sounds like a contradiction of terms.
No, in the sense of my character doesn't know any better, so it's just a cloak. A robe to him.
It's
A robe.
a robe which he just found in a desecrated tomb.
Yes,
You know nothing about-
probably all the bits taken off were like family heraldry. Who's to say that it wasn't his heraldry? You know, the thing that he's out here looking for.
The fact that they've been taken off makes that irrelevant.
I ain't gonna question it.
He's stupid. This is his train of
You
logic.
ain't intelligence 2, like you just said a moment ago, Sam.
Yeah, but he's not exactly intelligence 15 either.
No, but we have played with stupider characters than yours.
Oh yeah.
Hi, Callum, if you're watching.
Intelligence 12 though, boy.
Yeah, but if you want to detect anything magical for the record, just for the future, you need to detect magic.
Okay.
That's a first level spell, isn't it?
Actually, it's a 0 level spell.
It's a cantrip.
Oh.
Oh yeah, we actually looked at it last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna look through my spells because
You
that
should
sounds
have
like
it.
a
It's
yeah.
a cleric spell.
I just don't have it prepared.
Yeah.
I have create water, mending, and stabilize prepared. So
I've
next time I sleep, I'll replace mending with detect magic.
Just a thought. Does that robe still have any patches
Patches.
on it? Yeah.
No, it does not have any patches on it.
Okay.
Does it look like this means it might fall apart quite quickly?
You want to make a what skill?
Appraise.
No, I think appraise is entirely money based. Let me have a look.
A stitch in time saves 9.
Evaluate the monetary value of an item. Yeah.
Well, it's looking at something.
I'll give it you on a
Acrobatics.
Definitely.
I'll give you a perception actually for the time being.
Okay.
It doesn't really look like it's going to fall apart right now, but it doesn't look like it would take much to do it.
Holy hell, Grenier's perception is better than mine. Well, to one side.
Bear in mind, my penalty is only for range. Losing an eye is only a penalty for range stuff.
Yeah, he rolled higher, so.
Depth
Yeah.
perception.
Yeah, I mean, you rolled a 1, while I rolled a 12.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait, you rolled a 1?
No, I rolled a 14.
Alright, that's alright then.
I rolled a 1.
Right,
Oh,
yeah, I was
please.
misreading that as it having been you rolled a 1 and your bonus was 14. And I thought, hold on a sec, that does not sound right. Yeah. I'm only a little thick.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know that the skeletons, skeletons appeared, and that's what was missing? Something was missing from the
Their flesh.
The remains.
The
The previous priest.
Yeah, the remains of the previous. priest.
remains of the previous priest.
His bones got nicked.
So we need to figure out what's going on there.
Uh-huh.
I don't know where the fuck to start with that. So I guess we go for the age-old adage of "Does anyone down the pub know?" We go to. I'm going to an inn to ask.
To ask what, Sam?
I'm going to ask. We were just asked by the sheriff to investigate the graveyard. In the graveyard, we found. Oh yeah, he said not to scare anybody
Yes.
about.
Has the sheriff left? Yeah, John.
You've all pretty much come back to town, yeah.
Oh, but have we gone with the sheriff?
You can do if you wanted to.
I think we should go.
'Cause I was just going to ask the sheriff. Do you know of any settlements around the area of necromancers, goblins, or anything like that?
He laughs and says, "There isn't anything like that anywhere. Isn't anything like that close to here."
Or what is the closest?
A moment, let me pull up a map. Not actually sure where the map is, so this might take a moment. I remember seeing it the other day.
Have you had any other travellers here within the last few weeks that you can't account for?
You could say that.
It will have been someone who arrived before the festival. Or before
No,
the wave of people coming in for the festival.
The only ones that we had were during the festival, as in the goblins. The fuck's the map?
I asked the sheriff if he recognizes the robe that I'm wearing.
Yeah, it's the rope we found in the tomb.
Yes, but in the sense of, do you recognize it from before that point in time?
No.
Interesting. I reckon we should go to an inn, get a private room, and we should discuss away from, because, we're not supposed to make the people worry and stuff. we should discuss what our next plan of action is.
You mean like the rooms you already have?
Yeah.
Well, I want to see what the sheriff gets from the map first. Stares at John.
Yeah, I found it. What are you asking for? Like, just nearest settlement in general, or?
So like any like abandoned settlements, any known goblin settlements, anywhere like a witch or a lich or necromancer could,
Well,
you know, anything known.
Nearest goblin settlement would probably be Thistletop.
How far away is that?
About 5 miles.
And what about like liches, necromancers, witches?
Yeah,
stuff like
goblins.
that? Okay, so that'd be the nearest one. And is that east by any chance, John, or northeast or something like
East,
that?
yeah.
It is east. Okay, so
It's
well, there we
west,
go.
in the middle of the ocean.
We go to really, just like, oh shit. Well, I think so. I'd make the assumption that the goblins came from there. Oh, it's really hard to do that with a blocked nose.
Well, don't.
Oh,
Yeah. I was going to say straight up, though, folks, that's just what I'm guessing from the map. I haven't actually seen anything to contradict that, but I've just not been reading closely enough.
Fair enough.
okay, so what clues do we have? We know that the goblins. We know about the goblin attack, so goblins might somehow be involved. We know
Well, they pretty much were involved,
undead are
so
somehow
it's
involved. Undead are somehow involved. We know the priest is current priest.
Do we want to be worrying the current priest with it?
Well, he's an official rather than a standard member of the populace,
Yeah.
so
Yes, but also he'll have a lot on his plate as is.
Well, we can.
maybe
ask
we're
and-
subtle about it. I mean, I say that, and you laugh. But the thing is, I've actually got a decent I've got a decent diplomacy skill.
So have
But
I,
can
but
you use it?
I don't think any of us is subtle.
No. Well, we could ask him, but at the same time, ask if there's
Well,
anything we can
Leave
do
out
with
some of the issues, like there were undead
Guys.
and things like that.
Guys, here's my diplomacy skill.
No, you have to roll diplomacy.
Oh shit. Okay, sorry.
No, I got 6 on my diplomacy.
Yeah.
I've got plus
Okay.
6. So.
John, goblins. How's their necromancy?
They can use
Well,
it.
You see, Rick, to do like necromancy and magic and stuff. Like, wait, was it? How do you do your spells?
Read them in books, get them off
How does anyone
scrolls.
do that?
Both
Exactly.
things that goblins
Yeah.
don't like.
But goblins can be wizards and sorcerers.
I'm just wondering
We-
whether it extends to the type of magic that we've just seen.
Maybe they found an ancient artifact that just does it passively.
Tom, do you remember the footprints you found?
I do indeed.
Good.
What, do you want me to describe them, or do you want me to know if I remember them?
I just wanted to know if you remembered them.
Yeah,
Okay.
they were something humanoids, something human-sized.
Hmm.
Did it look like more than one individual?
It was just the one, wasn't it, John?
Yes.
So we're looking
See,
at one mastermind who's actually behind all this, who
this is
used
why
the
I'm saying
goblins as a
witch.
distraction.
This is why I said witch, lich, necromancer, stuff like that.
Hmm.
You know, hence the reason why I asked about that as well.
Hmm.
See, DCI Rooker's already on the case.
So it's someone who's willing to work with goblins and who goblins are willing to work with.
And they wanted to dig up the old The old priest. What would the old priest have that would be valuable to them? That's why we should ask the current priest.
Would,
I mean, like, yes, I understand I'm being blunt with what we should ask him about right now, but obviously the conversation we'll have with him as a person will be longer and have a lot more...
would this is me being in
nuance.
character. Like I said, I can't be bothered to do the voice because my nose. But
Likewise, I've got a fucking cold.
I say, yeah. If you corrupted holy bones, would they become more powerful with corruption? If that makes sense.
I don't believe there'd be any difference unless you gave them their own sentience.
Oh, we did see skeletons.
But were they sentient skeletons or enthralled skeletons? I believe they were enthralled.
It's true.
If they were sentient, then what we just did to them could be considered unkind.
Well, they attacked us first.
Yeah.
And they're undead. Filthy, filthy undead. Paladin,
so
remember.
write down in my book, make Sam an undead.
Crawls in skin.
I can just see it now. An undead dwarf, so it's just a small, squat skeleton with thick bones. And then it's got one glowing orb in one of the sockets, and the other socket doesn't have a glowing orb.
It still has
He
light
just
there.
turns to you and goes, "I lost an eye, you know."
It's like, you lost the other eye too, it seems. Right,
Anyway.
so, yeah. Yeah, we should. So, are we in agreement then that we should talk to the current magistrate, or?
Uh, there aren't any live goblins, I assume.
No. They ran away or they were killed.
No. What? Nice one.
With the beard and everything, fuck!
Yeah, that is you in the future, Sam. But anyway, so what are you all doing? Also, are you still stood at the top, or at the northeast of the village?
I believe
Well,
we're
on the town.
basically at the door.
I said I was walking
Oh,
along
yeah,
with the
you
sheriff. So,
Yeah, but I mean, you've all just been stood there, so you know.
Yeah,
well, whereabouts is the sheriff, John? Huh?
it
the
was
sheriff
over here
was
somewhere.
the sheriff was walking back to his office.
Okay, so I guess I kind of walked along with him. He went to his office, and I'm just kind of there.
Oh,
Nice, too.
yeah, but when you reach about here, sorry, not there, but you know, there was crossroads kind of area.
Mhm.
A middle-aged woman runs up to you and goes, "Oh, you're the heroes from who saved the town, aren't you? Here, take this." And
Does she
hands
stab
Punches
me?
you.
yeah. And he goes, "I wanted to die." No, she says. She doesn't say. Sorry. She hands you all each a loaf of bread.
Oh,
Oh,
thank you.
How does the loaf of bread taste, John?
Boys, no, it tastes good. It tastes nice.
I'll nibble on it whilst I'm walking. Because I have to walk so slow
I'll put it in my bucket.
to keep up with these guys.
I'm going to put it in my travel supplies, and I'm gonna keep looking for the.
You're gonna lift up your eye patch and put the loaf of bread in there.
What? I managed to fit a whole loaf of bread in my orbital socket. Yeah.
Make some black pudding.
No, I should get a small bag of holding and just play. Right. No, but I need to. I'm finding the priest, the current priest, the magistrate. I'm going to start by looking in the temple.
Okay. You go in there.
Okay.
You find him. He is currently. This is the day after the event, and he is currently organising for the consecration of the cathedral. What were being interrupted last time?
Okay.
Also, presumably I'll have some funerals to deal
I
with.
just sit down and I'll wait for it not to be quite as busy, or until he notices I'm waiting.
He notices pretty quickly and leaves one of his subordinates to finish what's going on. It's all pretty in order. And comes over to you and says, "Can I help you, Master Paladin?"
I'll ask him if he has a small room where we can speak privately.
Of course. We can go talk in the confession chamber.
What's this private word you want to have with me? I lost an eye.
Okay,
I'm just sort of imagining that either side.
Best part is you guys are all saying this. I haven't said it since like the session I actually lost the eye.
Yeah, Sam. Tom, can you make a list of internal memes? Put that as number one.
Okay.
Can I just
lost
say
an
that
eye,
I just imagine that being them sitting either side of the grill with the priest in one side, Grunyao sitting in the other as though giving a confession. So what was it you wanted to say? And he just holds his eye through the grill on a stick and says, "I lost an eye, you know." Like a really grim kebab.
Lovely.
Oh god, yeah, it would be as well because it's a fucking arrow.
Oh wait, he took the eye out on the arrow, didn't he? So you can say,
Yeah,
"I
so
lost
he
an eye,
still
you know,"
got it.
and he can shove it through the glass to you and go, "I know." Would you like it back?
I'll have the eye embalmed and covered in polish so that it never deteriorates, and I'll just go to people. I lost an eye, you know, and just hold out
Hey,
this
on
polished.
the upside of it, if you die, they can use it to resurrect you.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Shit.
Yeah, get that on a necklace.
Anyway, so you arrive in the confession chamber,
Yeah.
and he sits down and offers you a seat as well.
I sit down.
And he says, "What can I do for you?"
I say, I asked you into this private chamber because what I have to say may be alarming for the normal townsfolk, and I don't wish to cause any disruption, especially after the events of the goblin attack.
I see.
The sheriff asked myself and my compatriots to investigate the graveyard as there had been odd noises. We followed the disturbance and we came across the grave of your predecessor, the mausoleum. Guarding this mausoleum were two undead skeletons. I wait for his response.
He poker faces the entire thing.
Okay.
Sam's
He
had
just
his
looks
face
at you-
poked enough.
He just looks at you and goes, "Go on."
We found that the mausoleum had been opened, and the body and the belongings that may or may not have been buried with him, I don't know, of your predecessor were absent. I wait for his response.
There was nothing there except his bones.
Wait, you said that his bones weren't there?
No, the priest is saying. You said
right, okay,
bones and
right, yeah.
possessions.
Oh, right, yeah.
He was he died along with his daughter in the fire that took the previous temple.
Sorry, I'm just writing this down for in my own notes.
His body was all that we were able to recover.
Would you have any knowledge of, even if it's legend or hearsay or gossip or rumor, of any individuals or groups that would have access to necromantic power who would also be inclined to stage the goblin attack as a distraction.
Nothing useful.
Like I said,
I'm sorry,
so
no, nothing.
okay.
There's nothing.
Okay. Secondly, I kind of gesture at the robe. I found this robe at the scene.
Doesn't look your size. I'd
Um,
advise getting a new one made. It doesn't look very good.
okay. You don't recognize it, or
Looks like a robe.
okay. What else? Crap! I've drawn a fucking blank in my mind. I had questions. Did the previous, did your predecessor have any enemies that might aim to deface his remains after death?
He was a honourable priest of Desna. There was no one personally who had anything against him.
And what of his daughter?
She died in the fire.
What of the remains?
They were never recovered.
Have you
not,
ever-
not intact, anyway.
Have you had problems with undead in the graveyard before?
No. We make sure that all of our deceased are properly blessed before their burial and consecrated.
Very good. Well, hopefully this is a single incident and you won't need to worry about any more of the dead rising from their graves. But I would keep it in mind that something has happened and you should be wary. Sorry.
And then he coughs on the priest and gives him an eyeball.
Wait, are you saying he coughs up an eye?
No. That would be-
Oh, that's where I put it. Sorry.
I have a cold.
No, I was talking about what Tom said.
Out of nowhere, Ruka just comes and just goes. You know, like computer says no.
Yeah. Okay, so what next? Tom?
I thank him for his time and his answers, and I will endeavour to get to the bottom of this.
You're closer than most.
And I say, God damn it! Hey, I'm not as close as you.
This is true. You are the second furthest from the bottom in the party.
No, I'm the third furthest at the bottom because
Second furthest, Sam, which means
second
tallest.
furthest. No, I thought he said second closest.
No,
Very furthest.
Whatever. So yeah, I say for obvious reasons, we don't want to upset or cause any undue panic with the general populace of the town. So
of course, I understand.
thank you for your discretion, and I will try to investigate this with a likewise gentle touch, as unaccustomed as I am to it.
Thank you for your help. The gods be with you, and Desna guide you.
And Torag guide you.
Hey, John.
Yes?
And
As
everyone
I'm
gets
strutting down the
lost.
street. Yeah.
He doesn't watch me, fuck him. Torag, like, he doesn't watch me, fuck him.
So I went down this way, just to be different.
Uh-huh.
Whilst I'm wondering, do I see anything out of the ordinary?
I don't know. Let me have a look what the fuck's down there, because like there's so many places in this town. I keep forgetting where stuff
I rolled a 9. Feels bad, man.
What for navigation? Where are you?
I'm down
He
Oh, right,
is
got ya.
he's next to the smithy.
I like how I didn't have to roll diplomacy. It was brilliant.
That's because you roleplayed it.
Also, it's called not really needing to.
Because he's a cooperative dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me roll having a general discussion.
What you don't know is how high the priest was rolling on.
The priest was rolling on like plus 20 bluff. He even has like disguise aura. He's actually the evil guy.
We should kill him.
Okay, well, just to the side there on the left is the smithy.
Oh. Okay.
Get yourself a new axe, Tom, for free.
Which is no, it's the smithy, not the shop. That's the smithy. It doesn't actually sell things.
In that case, just get the one you've already got improved.
I mean, yeah, I was going to see if that was a thing.
Your axe now has spiky bits.
My character
Axes
inhaled
are
so
spiky
much.
bits.
Yeah, but it has extra spiky bits. You don't understand. He's a half orc.
He just
So,
takes
spiky bits on your spiky bits.
he just takes things that need being made. That's what he does. So
Ah, okay.
obviously that is technically selling things, but it's like not like shop type selling things.
So am I like in the kind of general market kind of
No,
area?
there's literally shit all there apart from the smithy.
Okay.
But remember, a lot of these buildings will just be
Yeah,
houses.
you're
as
on
well.
you're on the high street, which weirdly only doesn't really have anything on it.
Is there any like any magic related shops at all?
You could ask around.
I guess I'll ask the smithy.
He says, as you walk in, you are immediately struck by the. Maybe struck isn't the right word here.
The heat washes over him.
By the two large bulldogs, which are lounging around in front of the fire for the forge.
Oh, they're adorable.
Working at the forge is a large, bald man who's really kind of overgrown with muscles. And by that, I don't mean that he's just there sort of covered in seafood.
Fuck you, John.
God damn it.
If only.
He looks up and makes eye contact with you as you walk through the door, and you can immediately tell that he's a little bit annoyed.
What, in general, or as soon as he notices me, he looks annoyed?
And you want to roll sense motive?
Sure, John. Allow me just to open up my character sheet.
Not already having your character sheet open.
Sense motive. Oh! I see inside of his soul. I know everything.
God damn it, Hans.
He's quite annoyed in general at the minute. He's a little bit annoyed at you, but more so in the sense of he's a half orc. Half orcs normally try and pull shit, but I don't really give a fuck.
Okay. So he's a little bit annoyed at the fact I'm a half orc, but there's also just the whole everything, life in general kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, he looks up, sees you as you come through the door, and go kind of pauses in his forging for a moment, and goes, "You need anything?"
I just want to know if there's like a some sort of magical shop around, an alchemist, someone that sells tomes, something like that.
He kind of rests his hammer on the edge of the forge and goes, "Tourists never need anything made."
Ask for an axe.
Does he have any axes on display, John?
He has a variety of
Oh! I actually want a throwing axe. Don't.
He has a variety of things on display, but none of them look ready for sale.
All of it's kind of improv.
Yeah.
In that
Okay.
case, you could ask him to make them throwing axes.
Yeah, and then, come back later when they're made.
Yeah. Let me just look up the price. I imagine they're not too expensive, but But yeah, does he give me an answer?
Yeah, just you look up that while I figure out where exactly the directions would be, because I know there is a place. I just need to.
Alright, G.
As I say, there's a lot of buildings.
Also, if we're planning on having any like serious downtime in this town, then you might consider actually asking him if, although he usually just makes things here, if he could try to improve your axe.
Yeah, don't forget that making things takes a good deal amount of time.
Yeah.
Improving doesn't take quite as much. Well, depending on
Well,
the
the thing is, improving doesn't really do much. It'll
Well,
probably
like, I mean,
it gives you like a
using
+1
grindstone.
for like your first hit.
Yeah, which is not a bit if you did.
Get the same thing by gaffer taping some caltrops to it.
Or just using a whetstone.
Look at me. I am the blacksmith now.
He says, "Oh, sorry, Tom. What was it you were looking for again?"
Any kind of like magic related shop.
Okay, well that's one.
Like tomes, alchemy, general wizardry stuff. In my character's words, because I'm just like, I don't know, I'm not a magical person.
Is she?
No, she isn't. I actually could have made a slightly magical at Jen, but I decided against it. Because that's too much micromanagement.
Yeah, to be
Oh, I
fair,
can
if
do
you
it.
also had magic capabilities with your nat 20s, the rest of us would have no need to be here. That's the only thing that's stopping you from being the only character in John's D&D game, the fact that you can't technically use magic. You can just nat 20 it.
Yeah, if we're all humans from Fallout and specials, Tom has a fucking luck of, I don't know, 8 or
Okay,
9.
so he advises that you to go to either the Feathered Serpent or the I've already forgotten the fucking name.
I've forgotten the name. Okay.
What
Alright
was
then.
it called? The Bottled Solutions store.
Okay. And then, as he gives that to me, I'll just say, thank you, and I don't suppose you have any javelins for sale.
Just let me give you where he's going to tell you to go first.
Alright,
So Bottled Solutions, there,
opposite side, right?
yeah, and the other place is there.
Where's there? Down there. Alright, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you ask for javelins, and he says, not at the moment. I work on a order by order basis here. If you want something that's already made, most of my stock goes to Sava's Armory.
I'll just nod and say thank you, and I'll pop on out the door.
You not ask where the armory is.
I swear we went. Well, Sam went there, like one of the first times we were trying
And
to get to
Wibsy
my
went there
patch.
to ask for work.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah. Alright. Alright, so yeah. Then I will. This is the like alchemy place, right?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Just asking for a javelin, I'm just imagining you converting your axe into a sort of makeshift Urgrosh.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it was like a throwing axe would be. And then I saw a javelin, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's so metal! I want it." Not to mention, I have a range of 30 feet. So
Okay, so you heading in?
yeah, I'll head it in. See what's
Oh,
going
one
on.
question, one thing. First of all, before we carry on with you, Dalkinic, Wibsy, what have you two been doing? Because I think what has been happening with Grunyar has been pretty clear. You know, he was talking with the priest. What have you two been doing?
Well, we followed them back to the office, didn't we?
Well, I'd thought we were following Ruka, but Ruka went a different route. So, I'm gonna head to the inn.
Okay.
Inn's
I-
down
I-
here, isn't it?
is like there.
That one, yeah.
As you break off from the sheriff stops and turns to you and goes, "It was nice working with you. I hope to do this again in the future. You were very useful."
Hopefully we won't need to be useful for much longer.
Usually, when people start being useful, they end up dead. I would hope you would be useful for quite a bit longer.
Everyone ends up dead sooner or later. Cheerio!
One dead. Dead's bad.
Rook's final words were, "Wake me up," as he walks out the door.
No, I just want you to know that I did say that with a smile.
Bloody gnomes.
I do love the opportunity to play a weirdo, though. Right.
It's so much different to your regular life, isn't it, Rick?
I know, I'm so used to playing normal characters, and it's strange. Like, other people play D&D and Pathfinder to play people who are sort of weird and different to how they are, whilst I play people who are different to how I am in being normal, and now I'm just able to go, yeah, fuck that. Anyhow.
Okay. So, what are you doing, Rick? Actually, so what are you doing, Wibsy? That's more important at this point. Rick's going on his way to the inn. Dalkinik is. What is Wibsy doing?
Where was that sort of magic guild or institution? Was it that place? Or was it that place?
Magic institution. What are you talking about exactly?
On the first day when I went roaming around, there was I think it was like a centre of learning or something for mages or whatever. And I walked past, tried the door, knocked a couple of times, but it was empty because of the festival.
Is it that?
Do you mean the school,
Could be.
the Turandarak Academy?
That rings a
Is
bell.
it this?
That moment when you walk inside and it's just filled with kids.
Isn't that the theatre?
No, Sam.
And they're
And then
still
because
all
she's in
taller than her.
And then because
No,
she's a
that
gnome,
was
she
the
thinks
thing.
she's in the right place.
It's actually filled
Yeah,
up with
that is indeed the Turandarak Academy.
It's actually
theatre's there.
it's filled up with younglings, and Ruka goes there.
It's alright. My
Don't you mean Anakin goes there?
That was the
ping
joke.
on Discord's go was a school. Oh, God.
Okay. Well,
It's happening again.
Turandarak Academy is there. Theatre is there.
Yeah.
Academy? Theatre.
Half
Okay.
orc.
Right.
Gnome.
Where people probably get shanked.
Did I go down
Where
to
people
that
get
place
shanked in a
last
different
time? I
way.
don't think I did.
What, when you say a different way, do you mean like willingly?
I'll leave that for you to figure out.
Oh, is that where the woman was going when we got to the sheriff's office?
Nah, I actually clicked on the wrong thing.
I'm gonna go wandering again.
Yeah, as you go over there, you see a large building. Got some bellows at the top.
Bellows.
Chimneys. That's what I meant.
Right, okay.
Oh, God damn it.
Fuck's sake.
Which means fire or forges or something. That sounds good.
Yes. and it's quite loud.
Oh, that.
The chimneys are pluming with smoke. And yeah, the looks like there's quite a bit going on down there.
I'm gonna walk right up to the door. Doesn't matter what door. I'm not paying attention. I will just go straight to the nearest door, and I'll knock on it.
The door opens a fraction, and you hear a voice say, "What do you want?"
Hello, I'm Wibsy.
Hello.
What's the noisy thing inside?
This is the glassworks. We're very busy, so if you don't have any business here,
Do they do glass eyes?
Do you need any help?
Yeah, so they do.
no, we do not need any help.
Okay.
If you have an application, please take it to the guild hall
Where's the guild hall?
in town. I'm sorry, but we're very busy right now.
Okay, goodbye.
The temptation to say fuck off was unreal.
The door closes. And that's it.
Okay.
Racism against gnomes, I guess.
Well, maybe it's the fact they actually are busy, Sam.
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
turned down help.
Yeah.
They don't know that I'm actually any good.
You brought your own
Just one.
hammer.
Yeah, but that's not made of glass. And I
Rick,
didn't tell them.
That's not what a glass hammer is.
Rick, he said that if she wanted work, she could go and make an application.
At the guild, which is where I'm going to.
You don't
want
just
to
have
if I
someone
can
come
work.
in, like if you're working at a bar, you just have someone come in and go, "Can I work here?" And then you just go, "Yeah, sure, why not?"
No, you do get people saying, yeah, you got a CV on you?
Yeah, and then they give you an application form.
No. While I was job hunting, people just said, can I have your CV? Okay, cheers. And then
they
put it
send
in
you
the
an
pile of
application
CVs to
later
read.
on.
I don't know, it never got to that stage.
Yeah, I always say it down.
Right. So it's somewhere in town. I'm going to go here because I remember how to get there.
Oh, do you? So
Yeah.
where are you going?
Can you use your mage hand for fishing?
Yes. I mean, I assume most fish are under £5.
Not a tuna.
I know tunas are pretty fucking heavy, let's be honest.
Tunas are huge, though.
However, while they're in the water, they also have buoyancy on their side.
So I could get them to the surface, but couldn't pull them out.
Yeah, so you could beach them.
Yeah.
The Atlantic cod average weight 5 to 12 kilos.
And this is why it works better when you use kilograms and grams, because that's mass and not weight.
That's not how it works.
Yeah,
They're
but if
both
you have...
units of mass.
Yes, but weight is subject to gravity. Mass
Yes,
will never...
yes, but
And
they're
they're
both
both-
units of mass. But they're used to mean...
Yes, but there's more things apply variations on pounds rather than on mass. Yeah, we're going off topic. I'll shut up.
It's all mass.
Science.
But yeah, fish would be too big.
Hmm.
Oh, that's better.
So yeah, Nina, where are you going? You are currently in the town square.
Yeah, so this way.
Which way?
I think. Therefore I am. I'll just...
In the market in a minute. Okay, so what you passed by... You passed by the... Fish market. I'd ended up in the regular market.
Yep.
Which is currently the fish market is going, being it's quite late in the day now, so well, not that late, but for fish it is.
Yeah.
But the market is still kind of empty.
You
there
don't want to
any-
buy fish from a fish market that's closing down.
It's not closing down, but it's
It's just later on in the day
Yeah.
where all the freshest stuff's gone.
exactly yeah.
Are there
In the desert.
any market officials?
Yeah,
Can I go up to one of them?
probably. I mean, you can walk. So
Oh, sorry. I'm going to go up to one of them and
But not very far up.
sort of stand next to him, wave at him, and go, "Hello, I'm Wibsy."
he looks down at you and goes, "Yes, can I help you?"
Could you direct me to the guild, please?
Why can't you people remember this stuff yourself?
I don't think I've been to the guild.
You have. You've been everywhere, Nina. You
Oh,
walked
wait.
around the
No,
entire
it
town.
was there,
You
wasn't
went,
it?
you went in there. I don't remember.
Just point to a building and say that's now the guild.
No, this is has an actual map.
So you have a labelled
Unfortunately-
map.
I have a labelled map. The problem is it's spread across like a half dozen pages that on a PDF is very difficult to scroll through.
I was
In
just
the book
wondering
I
if you
gave
wanted
you-
to just replace the map we were in with the labelled map.
Yeah, I tried. The labels kind of got removed on the copy paste.
Huh. Screenshot?
What if we manually labeled things?
You could do
How do I do that?
by writing numbers. Yeah, it is actually. Yeah, it's that bit building.
That one there.
No, text. There's a text thing. Go to where it says draw shape, and at the bottom there's.
Okay, so I'm assuming he points me there.
Yeah.
I'll say, "Thank you, sir," and walk off.
Something really. Yeah, I'm gonna write things in orange.
Dorf, Greves, Brook, Broken. I was expecting broked. Tutter.
Tater.
Taters. What's taters?
Potatoes?
Ah. Anyway,
There we go. The smith is. Oh, come on.
Anyway. Right. So, I walk into the guild. Did they recognise me from wandering around there earlier?
yes.
It looks like it was fucking labeled by your gnome.
Yeah, this is the town map the party is in possession of. It seems to have been written without someone who can write very well, which means it was probably written by Ruka or Grunyar.
But Grunyar holding it off to his left.
Yeah.
Ironically, the only thing that I've actually contributed to this map is the only thing that's actually used with the text tool.
Yeah, but you have written it in the same colour as the building you've written it on.
That is very true.
That's more a case of how it's fucking thing. I'm trying to get it so it sits directly on that grey building.
Well, good luck with that. Anyway, so Wibsy. Wibsy.
There we go.
Wibsy is
Hello.
Rip. Okay, there she is.
Oh, sorry, it's this blooming ping on Discord thing.
Yes. So yes, Wibsy, you walk
Apparently,
in and
averaging 750. Oh no, average ping is now 1074. Which is a good number. So, yeah, I walk in and go up to the front desk. I assume there's a front desk, I can't
Yes, the person at the desk turns to you and goes, "Ah, you again. How can I help you?"
remember. I'm with the, do you have any crafty things I could apply help with?
Yes? Question mark.
Well, we have a number of factories in the in the town. We have the glass works, the lumber mill, the markets.
Any tinker stuff?
Not particularly, no.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
And you. I just jump down, walk off.
Okay, Ruka.
That's me.
Thank you.
Ah, crap, what's I doing? Yeah. This is the alchemy place, isn't it?
Indeed, it is.
So I'm guessing there's a load of like herbs and just stuff like that.
The shelves are filled with bottles and other alchemical items.
So, like, could I theoretically, if I want to do like any kind of spell or ritual, I could get it from this place, or I would get the components from this place?
You'd be able to get potions from this place.
Just the potions, not raw ingredients.
Potions, raw alchemical ingredients, stuff
Okay.
like that.
That's one.
Actually, sorry,
that's one-
just potions. Just potions.
Just potions. Okay. And what was this one done here again?
That is a store that sells slightly more exotic magical items.
I'll walk my way down there. Yeah.
Okay. Did he even go into the other store? Okay.
No, I just wanted to appear in that one.
Okay. So yeah, you get down there and you see a sign, which is a picture of a snake that has feathers.
Oh, sweet.
Feather boa.
Ah, there you go.
It's the shop is called the Feathered Serpent.
Are there any feathered serpents inside?
Don't know. You have to go in to find that out.
Oh, do not, John. I'll go in and find out.
Yeah, fuck this window shopping.
Yeah.
Don't want windows.
Can't buy windows from this place. And as you go in, you're immediately hit. Maybe hit isn't the right word. You immediately feel the strong smell of incense, spice, and dust, which suffuses the room.
Smells like home.
Yeah. You see in the shop is a rather odd-looking man with long red hair and almost
Hello.
bronze-coloured skin. And as soon as he sees you, he quickly turns and jumps up and goes, "Ah, customer! Lovely! What can I do for you?"
Business is slow then, yes.
"Ah, every customer is a reason to be excited, young fellow."
It's very clearly too much incense going on.
If not, then what would be the point of operating such a shop?
So, they have magical stuff. Do you have like a bit of everything? Or would I have to ask?
You'd have to ask.
Is there anything to do with like elementals in the shop?
Elementals are what? Tommy cut out.
Okay.
On the plus side, John, you haven't yet.
Yeah.
It's because I'm the GM and the game knows I'm important.
Apparently,
No,
I
it's
didn't
not
think you
cut
were
out
last
just
week.
there. Yeah, last week I wasn't important enough.
Looks
This
like you were
week was a
right about
session
moving the
where-
server.
Yeah.
So what I was asking is there anything that would like fuck, what's the word for it? Anything I'd use. Fuck, what did I say earlier? I can't remember. I'm getting too old for this shit. Is there anything like shamanistic in the shop? Like that's the best kind of way I could describe it.
Huh. Shamanistic, eh?
Yeah, I don't know how else to kind of word it.
Sorry.
Oh, you're looking for things actually to use.
Yeah, well, because I just want some stuff to remind me of home. You know.
I thought you were going around looking for stuff that the people who did this could have bought, because if they hadn't come into town with this stuff, they'd have had to buy it in town.
Yeah. Well, that's why I went to the potion shop, and then we got loads of
You cut out loads there. No idea what you just said.
Ah. Okay. So I looked in the other shop and asked about the ingredients because I doubt they're just going to sell potions of necromancy and shit like that. So, but since they're just selling potions, as far as I'm aware, they're not selling like dirty shit like that. But whilst I'm in this shop, I do want some kind of shaman-esque stuff and also just have a look at the same time. If you got any of that, I have no idea. But you know.
The items I sell are my providers. They shut up, phone. My stock changes quite regularly, but I'm fairly sure that I have not had anything of such nature in quite a while.
I'll say, how can I phrase it? Do you have anything to like appease the dead, or like for some sort of like a ritual?
Do I have anything to do what? Sorry?
So to like fuck. Almost like a bless the graves and stuff, so it helps stop like evil spirits and stuff come through.
No. Anything such as that is taken in immediately by the church for usage in their ceremonies.
Okay. Oh, if I wasn't ill and dying, I probably could be asking things better, but hey, I'm ill and dying. Okay.
Hey man, we're all dying.
On the inside.
Crawling in my crawl.
What else does he have in the shop, John? Is there like any sort of
He does have a few minor items.
does he have any like totems or anything?
No, he does not have totems.
Okay. If I just look in the Pathfinder rulebook, look under magic stuff. Actually, I'll just come back to you in a bit.
Yeah, you might be able to order in something specific.
Alright, I'll take a look at that whilst you crack on.
But remember, it's only like minor things they have for sale.
Yeah, I know, I wasn't going to go over the top. But I'll just quickly have a look through whilst others are doing their things.
Okay. So, Wibsy. No, what Wibsy? Dalkinic.
Hmm.
So you're back at the Rusty Dragon.
Mm-hmm. So I'll just sort of look around the room as I get in. Saying to someone behind the bar, this is, so, any more rooms freed up in the last day?
The person at the bar is as before, and each other time it's been a Maiku. She looks at you and goes, "Nothing more than what is usual."
How often do you get visitors? I mean, it's not the kind of town that's in a position that you can go through to get to somewhere. So I suppose a festival like yesterday would have been a time when more people than usual will come into the town. Also, the theatre. But
Yes, we have people come in every so often for the theatre. We also have monster hunters come through here, adventurers such as yourselves.
not much of a monster hunter, but thank you. Just wondering, sort of, how much of a regular trade that keeps up.
She smiles. She smiles and says, "Enough."
Yeah. Well, I can see you're not doing badly out of it. It's a well-kept establishment. Just wondered how much of that was out of rooms and how much of it was out of drink. Speaking of out of drink, so am I. Can I have a half, please?
She gets you half a ale and gives that to you.
Ah. Just surprises me, a place like this, an inn having many rooms as it does, I suppose. But why monster hunters?
They all come. They all come through here hunting the creatures that inhabit Verizia.
I've seen more monsterful places. I suppose that's why I quite like this place. That said, I've not really had an not accurate. I've not really had a full glimpse of it, and what I have seen of it, I take it as more monsterful than usual.
Yes, there are many come through here hunting the devil. That is
the
near
devil?
here. The Sandpoint Devil, yes. It is so much of a legend that it has become near myth, but rumors still circulate, and people are still hoping to. Okay, who the fuck is getting the echo? Sam.
Oh, god damn it.
Okay, yeah,
Nope, still echoing.
yeah.
Wait, I'm still echoing. That should have been impossible because my mic was off. Like, literally off.
Test. Okay, seems good.
Yeah, that's fine now.
Try now.
Test. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It is as much myth as it is legend, but rumors still circulate that someone will be able to kill it.
Is there a particular type of person who's typically you see as a monster hunter?
Oh, there you have many come through of many different crafts.
Any particularly magical? Monster hunting tends to strike me as a hit it with a blunt implement or stab it with a sharp one until it stops, but I suppose that some more brains than brawn must be brought to the discipline.
Yes, there are quite a few that with magical aptitude. I saw quite a few of trained in the arcane arts back in my day.
Right, that'll make that necromancer hard to narrow out from the crowd. As I finish up the half pint, I was going to say, oh, one more thing. The sign on the bridge on the way into here, with the mirror on. What's that all about?
She smiles, looks at you, and says, It's just a little something to reflect on.
Very good. I'm gonna hop down from the bar and wait by the fire for the others to get back to the inn then.
Oh. I did just have a look through the book, and I mean, after looking around and through the store, there was nothing that really caught my eye. I'll say, well, if I'm in town, I'll take another look in the door,
Pardon?
and I'll. No, that's what I'm saying to the
Yeah.
shopkeeper.
Wonderful. I eagerly await your return. I hope you'll pop back soon.
And I'll walk out the door and head back up to the bar. Yeah. Alright.
Just a thought. Echoes back again, I think. At that point, shall we break the stream?
Yeah, do it.
Okay, so shall we see you all back here in 5 minutes or so?
Alright,
Sounds good.
See you all